I'm Gateway. This is my Gateway thingy. I forgot to change the title. But also, my intro isn't finished, so this is just my intro. And then I'm gonna quote a part of my cover letter that I wrote. So over the 2 years of Division 1 and a summer course, I've noticed my growth from my first cow to my last POW. My attempts at meeting the criteria of MST have only gotten better, and I'm looking forward to going into Division 2. While my brain really needs time to process stuff, I still found a way to cram it all in and understand the material in question. So basically, I'm just going to talk about just examples of just my growth, kind of like showing things that I know. So we'll begin with math. Ignore the drawings. Those were just for fun, because it was really boring to see a blank screen. Okay, so here's algebra. I spelled it that way for a reason. Here is a problem. 5 times x plus 4 equals 15, and there's parentheses. So I'm going to show you how to solve this and get an actual answer. And it's actually not as complicated as it might seem. So we're going to just rewrite the problem. Okay, so I started with the distribution property. So basically, in this, it's basically saying I'm multiplying 5 and x while also multiplying 5 and 4. So you can just show arrows, and I'm pointing them over here. It's incomprehensible, I'm sorry. So now we're left with 5x, which is showing 5 is multiplying by x, or just, multiplying x, plus, because we're bringing down the plus sign. And then, so we're multiplying 5 and 4. I could just write 5 times 4, or I could simplify it and just do 20, because that's what 5 times 4 is. So we got 20, and we don't need parentheses anymore, because this is not here anymore. We crammed it down into this thing. So then now this is 15. So our next step, we're going to be doing the inverse operation. So basically, to get this and alone, or like this alone, whatever, to get x alone with the answer, we need to do a bunch of subtracting and dividing. But the reason why we're getting those things is because we're doing the opposite of what it's telling us to do. So we have a plus 20 here, so that means that we're going to, I should probably do this. We're going to subtract 20 from both. So 20 minus 20, you guessed it, it's 0, but you don't have to actually write that. We're just getting 5x because we're bringing down 5x over here. So we got 5x, then 20 minus 15 is negative 5, because this is a bigger number, taking away a smaller number, which means it's going to be going over the number line. It's going to be, you get it, it's going to be a negative. So this is 5x equals negative 5. So we are almost done. Now we need to divide, because the whole point of this is that we're multiplying here. So we gotta, do the opposite of what they're trying to tell us. So we're gonna be dividing. So we can also do this, because fractions are basically the same thing as dividing. Because, the fraction symbol, it looks like this for a reason. It's not alienese. So it's not. So we're just going to do this. So we're dividing the 5 by these two. But I put it as fractions so it's more organized. So it's kind of like going along like this, like steps. So 5 divided by 5x would just be x alone, so this is just going to be 1, but then that's just going to be x, 1x. So x, we have an equal sign, because we're bringing that down. And then finally, we do negative 5 divided by just 5, which, that's 1, but then it also has to be a negative, since we're doing a negative divided by positive, or maybe that's not going around, but I'm not good at the order. But either way, it's going to come out as a negative, which means it's going to be negative 1. And that's how you do things. But we're not done yet, okay? Hold your applause. We're gonna go harder. Okay. Oh, I could use an eraser. A sleeve is more effective, in my opinion. Okay, so we have a new equation that looks harder and also looks more annoying. So, just like me. Okay, so 5x plus 2